Alright, so I'm going to just kind of describe a few differences that they have here that you may want to follow in order to try to make yourself adapt and fit in better. For example, you should always bring gifts. It's very customary here. Even a small sign of gratitude it goes a long way. I would suggest knowing how to play dominoes. It makes it a lot easier to fit in with the different townspeople, because every night you'll see plenty of people set up around the streets in different areas with the tables set up to play dominoes, and if you show that you do know how to play, they're going to want you to come out and play more, like, you know, night after night with them. That way you can start to, it makes a unity in the area that you're at, so that things could be safer for you in case something happens. Someone around there knows who you are, knows what you're there doing, and it just kind of, it makes a little bit more security for you. Another thing is, here, everyone likes to conserve water. So when you're taking a shower, if there's a pot of water that's just beneath the faucet or the shower head, you should use, it's expected that you use that water to take your shower with. And it'll be a bucket of water. You'll be expected to scoop it up, wash your hair, take your shower that way. When you're using the toilet, you should never throw the toilet paper in. Here, there's always going to be a small trash can set up next to the toilet, so that after you're done using the restroom, the toilet paper goes into the trash can and not into the toilet. I guess it's because I'm not sure, but it is expected here that that's how you do it. And more likely than not, if you peed, don't flush. Breakfast, in all honesty, if they can get away with it, they're going to charge you a little bit more, because they know you're American and they expect that you have money to pay for things. But in all honesty, breakfast should cost you about $1. Lunch should be around $2 to $3, and so should dinner, around $2 to $3. If they're charging you much more than that, you could check somewhere else, or you should hope that that food's excellent. If you know someone very well, and it's customary to kiss their right cheek. If it's a boy, it's never done. And if you only know them as acquaintances, then you shake their hands. The ice should appear as though it was bought as a 5-pound bag that you can buy in the grocery store sometimes. It should never appear as though it's chipped. If it appears as though it's chipped, that means that they're just using the regular water out of the faucet to make the ice, and it could have the different parasites within it. Whenever Dr. Thorman or another person higher with more authority walks into a room, you should always stand up. It's a sign of respect, and it's customary and it's expected here. You should always expect the electricity to go out. It's very common. You should constantly be saving documents that you're working on. It's kind of like the air conditioning, it's always going to go out. Everyone kind of just expects it. When it happens, you're thinking, okay, there's no lights, how can you function in a hospital? But people just keep right on going. If you do plan to travel on the weekends, I'd suggest bringing your sheets with you. You should have brought sheets when you came to put on whatever bed you're staying on while you're there. But when you go away on the weekend, you also want to bring them with you just to cover up whatever might be on the beds that are there. And then if you don't know what to wear when you're going out, wear jeans. Even on the hottest of days, everyone is wearing jeans, and it's very customary. This is the apartment where I live. I live on the 2nd floor. There's kind of the common room between 2 different apartments and the main entrance door. And there's where the kitchen area is, and behind that is where the bedrooms are. There's 2. It requires 7 keys to get inside. That's kind of the norm in this part of town. So my apartment was right around the corner. Here you must always walk quickly and never keep your cell phone out when you're right next to the street. Just there is the hospital in front of us. Here's the Department of Infectious Disease office. And these bins are cards of when patients initiated their treatment with heart. And here they call that Targa. And then in these ones here, as well as these just here, is where they store all the patient's charts. Patient's charts might look like this. They have all the different lab works on the left side and write-ups from the doctors on the right-hand side. Here's where the hospital Salvador B. Gautier is. Anywhere directly around it and north is not a safe place to stay. I've been told that anything near the stadium here and the Plaza de la Salud, it's a larger hospital that's nearby, anything directly surrounding those two areas are safer if you wanted to spend the night there. If you were to go to, here's where the Colonial City is. The Colonial City is always safe because they have police set up, tourist police set up to keep the area safe. If you're going to Faro, to Columbus, where supposedly part of his body is kept, it's not a very safe area. Another touristy area to go see is the Los Tres Ojos. It's 3 sets of caverns. When you're inside this tourist area, it is safe inside. However, truly around there is not all that safe of an area. If you're interested in making a weekend trip, you would go from the hospital to Avenida Tiradentes. There you could take a car that would take you down Tiradentes all the way to this number 3. This road is called 27 of February. And from there you would take another vehicle until you get to Caribe Tours. It's just here. There's an office here where many buses are stationed, and these buses can take you to many different far-off places. I would suggest going, if you get the opportunity, I would suggest seeing the north part of the country, Samana, the national park here, Los Haitises. If you get a chance, I would suggest going to the eastern area. Punta Cana is very touristy. It's considered one of the most abundantly filled resorts area in all the Caribbean. Near La Romana is Casa de Campo. Near La Romana is Casa de Campo. Here you can see the Alto de Chavon. It's an area where around 30 years ago it was constructed a city that was made to look like very old buildings, very old, it was constructed to look like a very old area. Also, I would suggest, if you get the opportunity, to go up to the northern part of the country to see Puerto Plata, Cabarete. These are also very touristy areas, but they can be very enjoyable to spend the weekend here at the different beaches. If you get the chance. Santiago has, it does appear very similar to Santo Domingo. However, there's a few more, there's a few more other things you can see.